my player first, he doesn't get any, and nor do I, which was quite fortunate. Does he want to put anything out this turn? He wants to do one. I'm not going to choose to put any out, although there's no real reason why potentially I couldn't. Don't necessarily need any resources and things this turn currently, so we'll leave that as is. I'm going to use my 2 here to get 2 water and an extra suit. I get 3 water because I have 1 blank space. The AI is still going first, so it's going to move across to here. That's a recruit action, and it needs an administrator. There isn't one, and it does need an engineer. I'll take one of those. So back to myself. Let's have a look at what the super project is. Hopefully it'll tell us in this book like it did for the normal buildings. That one's called Rescue Pods. Your base evacuation condition is considered to be completed regardless of its progress. Okay, that might be quite handy to take or to get. I need to do some bits first before we can do that. I'm going to wake up all of the sleeping workers, and then we're going to go off on a bit of a mining expedition, and we'll come down here and we'll take these 2. Actually, we don't need maybe to take both of those. What else have we got? Let's take one of those as well. So it's that one and that one. Okay. So it doesn't have an anomaly, so it gets a victory point token. Their anomalies sit in here, if it had any, and then it would have to take away 2 resources and get rid of the anomaly, but it doesn't have any. So back to me. Let's come in here with a scientist. What we'll do, we'll set this to a square, and okay, and we get that. So number 4, it's going to build, so it constructs here, and these should have all come down again at the beginning of the turn. And it's going to take from the secondary stack, and that goes in there. Okay, back to me. Going to build. It's going to cost me a water, and I'm going to take this rescue pod. It's going to cost me a warp core. It's going to only cost me one of those and 3 additional water. So I can put that on my board. That's another one finished, and it says that my evacuation thing is deemed finished or complete, so I get a 5 victory point token. Just read that again just to make sure that we've got that right. That's number, well, that's the rescue pods. Your base evacuation condition is considered to be complete regardless of its progress. After construction rescue pods, you are eligible to take the evacuation action. When you do, you also score points for the base evacuation condition as though you had completed it. So, don't think we score those points yet, so I'll just put that back on the edge there for the time being, because that's going to potentially open up next round. The top of the board switches over. So we're back to the AI. Number 4 again doesn't do anything. So back to me. Okay. Want to build anything else? Let's use my genius as a engineer. Take that and that. So that will come back as motivated, because I'm using it as an engineer, can use it as any particular worker. Number 4, we go again, so that's going to do another recruit action, which comes down here and takes one of these. Actually, let's just double check, because if it hasn't got a genius it might not do anything. Only if a genius is available, taken along with it. If no genius is available, perform a research action instead. Okay, so that comes down to here, and it just gets a circle. Okay, so I've got one left. where do we want to go? I think what we'll do is we'll pay 2 to move into the first player spot. We'll take a build action to take this here, simply for the points more than anything else. So that's going to cost me 1 water, 1 of those, and 1 of these because I get the discount, and we get that onto the board. The AI player is going to do a 3, so it goes back to there. It's going to take the highest value one, and that's the last one of those that it can take because it can't have more than 3 of that particular type of building. I'm passing. It can only pass as well because it's already taken 3 actions. So we take these back off the board. These 2 come back motivated along with the administrator. All the others go back into the tired column. Although those are only 3 at the minute. I get, and because it's the impact, something happens here. So we've got this impact tile here. So we move these across here, and they're going to, we'll sit these on top because the cards are in the way. We roll for anomaly, so 1 for it, sorry, 1 for me because it rolls last, 2 for it, so it gets 3 now, and I get 1. So let's see what happens. So it now takes those 3 off, and it gains an anomaly which is minus 3 points. Okay, so we'll see what, I'm not going to put anything onto the timeline. It's going to put 1 out here. We have to close off some of the spaces, so I close off 2 free spaces on my exosuit board. And then when we get to doing this, when we do the impact, it also has an effect on where you can place on the actual board itself. So at the end of the 4th era, which we've just done, the asteroid hits and this gets turned over. So you turn it over to the so we put that there, like so. So we separate the collapsing capital tiles by their action into 3 piles. And select 2, 2 or 3 hexes randomly from each pile for 2, 3, so what we do is we shuffle these to get some random things. Like so. And these collapsing capital tiles provide stronger last-ditch versions of the capital actions. So in addition to taking the capital action, the player also receives the bonus depicted on the tile. A detailed list of these bonuses can be found in the appendix. So, for example, if I went here, I would be able to roll these dice, but I'd also get 2 victory points. If I went onto this tile here, I'd be able to get an exosuit. If I went on here, I could move my track marker up. This one you get additional victory points depending on if you've got a complete line, you get 3, and this one you get a bonus of -1 resource to pay when you're building. So we've got some additional things there, but once they're used in this or any subsequent round, they're turned over and that particular hex is no longer available for the rest of the game. Once those hexes are done and dusted, that's the end of the game, if it hasn't already happened. So I've got only 1 free hex this turn. I've got no cores, but I do get an extra exosuit here, and because I've got 2 free, we'll still get the water. And I'll get an extra 2 water for putting my marker back out again on here. So at the minute I've only got 2 suits to use. So I need to do something pretty quickly for that, but we've got to sort of restack these things here. So we've got 2 of those again, 1 of those, none of those, but there's a genius out here. And then for resources, after the impact at the top, it has to be one of these, but it was drawn out like that anyway, but it has to go like so. Then we've got a gold, then we've got one of these, and we've got 2 here like that and 1 like so. So I get to go first. So I really do need to get an extra exosuit really, and potentially another worker. So I'm going to come here, take the genius, so that gives me 2 of those. I'm going to take a core, which I can spend on a suit, and which I'm going to do. And I get an extra suit because of going there as well. So because I took the Genius, I could take any reward, so that's why I took the Warp Core. So that's built up my suits a bit handier there. So we'll see what happens. So we'll roll for this, and it's going to remove this and move up here. We should have seen if, oh, it did put one out here, so that's fine. So that's back to me. I'm going to use the administrator to bring these guys back. And we're going to use an engineer to come up here and be first on this track to evacuate. So I do get those 5 points back. Back to the AI player, number 4. So it's going to build. Should put these down again. I'll do that and then choose for it. It's going to take this one because it's a 2-pointer. So do I want to build anything? Can I build anything? Not really at the minute. So we'll use another engineer. And we'll move up one on that track. I should have paid all of that water previously. So we know it should be up here. So back to the AI player, we're on 4. So it's going to just roll the dice and get a shape. Another circle. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really care about the actual circle things it has. Right, back to me. I've got 1 exosuit left, although I could... Yeah, I'm going to do that and take off the anomaly, just in case, because I'm going to be rolling on my own this turn. What to do? So, let's use an engineer come across and get some resources. So we'll take that and that. So back to the AI. 3. It's going to build a super project by getting rid of that and taking this. Oh dear, oh dear. Extra 6 points. I think the AI looks as though it's winning at the minute. I'm going to pass, so it has to pass. It's done 3 actions, even though it's got nothing else on the board. So this comes back refreshed. These all go away tired. Get 1 suit back ready. I've got a roll on my own. I get 1 more anomaly back. We move across here. It's going to put 1 out here. I think I'll do the same to bring out an exosuit for free. Get another one here because of that. Get 2 water. All of these that were used previously are now destroyed, so it's those 2, so we can't go on there to do any recruiting actions. So we've got no scientists, we've got 2 engineers and 2 geniuses. And then, so we've got, has to be that at the top after the impact, gold, that there, and 1 more of those. That worker comes off as well. It comes back. Okay. So it's myself to go first. So I'm going to need some more water. So I'm going to go up here and get 4 water. 4, sorry. Roll for the AI. It's a 3. So I'm potentially going to remove its anomaly now. So let's see how this works. Each time remove anomaly is selected, it discards any 2 resource cubes in a particular order. So it's going to take off those 2. And it removes that. So that's got rid of its minus points. So back to me. Let's see what these end game tiles are, what that one means. Okay. I think what we'll do here is use a genius to roll for this. We'll go for a triangle, so we haven't got one of those of any sort. Actually, no. We'll go for a circle because we could get one of those. Yeah, we'll go for another circle of any type. So, and we also get 2 VPs for using that particular hex, which might come in handy. 3, so it goes back to the end. It's going to take this one. Actually, it can't because it's already got 3 of those. I think it will just get a so it still places a suit and it gets a victory point because it can't take any of the others. Okay, I'm going to use my engineer and last suit to come down here and build this super project. It's going to cost me 1 resource less of anything, so let's use 1 resource less of that. It takes one of those, one of those, one of those, and those 2 circles. Ooh. And we'll put that out on the board. Back to the AI player, a 2. So it's going to recruit for a genius. So it's got to come here. It's going to take the first player marker, take another genius. I don't have any exosuits left, so I'm going to pass. It's done 3 actions, it has to pass. So we're now on to the last turn. These come across. I've got to roll. I get an extra 1. So all of my guys are now tired. And I get 1 exosuit for free, 1 for the space here, 2 extra water because I'll leave those on. Those 2 come off. I've rolled because I'm the oldest one here. It's going to roll and see if it wants to put anything down, which it does. So those are all now defunct. Okay. Let's see what he does. is going to get rid of that and move up here. I'm going to come in here and get all of these workers back live. And place one here and take those. Let's see what he does. A 3. So he's going to take that super project, the oldest one, getting rid of that. I've only got one guy left, so I'm going to come here let's do that. Clock. But I also get a build a super project, so it's 2 of those, 3 of those, and 1 worker which has to go into the supply. So we've got doesn't cost any water to do it. That goes on the board. He gets 1 more go, which is a 3. He's got no anomaly, so he gets a point. And I'm going to pass, he has to pass, so that's the end of the game. So we'll do some end game scoring. So let's see where we are. So at the minute we've got bits of scoring here for the AI player. Let's try and see if we can find where the end game scoring thing is. So, don't seem to be listed in the solo rules, so it must be in the main rulebook. Sorry about this, we'll just try and find where this is. So for every tile on there that we forgot to remove, it's minus 4 points. So we've both got 2. It's got 3, I've got 2, so I get minus 4, he gets minus 6. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 20, 36, minus 6 is 30. I think, 38. Yeah, 38 points I believe. So 6, 9, 14, 17, 18, 21, 24, 34, 39, 47, 43. So I think I just managed to scrape a win there, getting that last super project, which was worth 8 points. If it had only been a 5-pointer, I think it would have been a draw. So quite a close game there. I think I may have done 1 or 2 things not quite right, but it's the first playthrough of the new Chronobot rules. I think it's nicer with the new rules, the new board, simply because there's less numbers to worry about, and they cycle round a lot quicker than they did previously, because you're only rolling 4 different numbers as opposed to potentially 6 every time you roll. So yeah, all in all, I think still very solid game. Certainly one of, if not the best solo player in any board game that I've played against. The one that comes very close, new game, is Dwellings of Eldervale. The ghost system in that is also exceptionally good. This is very good. I potentially should have got some extra points here for being the first evacuee, but wouldn't have made much difference. So yeah, all in all, another excellent sort of rule set and upgrade by the facts at the guys at Mind Clash. And yeah, until we come back again and try potentially either another faction or try against the Chronosis, which is on the flip side of this board. If we just tip all of these things out, I have to go away anyway. This is the Chronosis board, so slightly different. Still got the same numbers, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slightly different other bits and pieces on the board. Not too dissimilar though. We'll see how that plays. So again, when you get that now, you're getting sort of dual options to play against the solo player. And obviously in these troubled times when we can't get together with our gaming friends and groups, solo board gaming is becoming a big thing. And if you're into sci-fi or worker placement games, I highly recommend Anachrony. It is certainly one of the best out there, and quite easily in the collection of games that I own, it's in the top 3 games that I own and want to play either in a group or solo. Just excellent value. It's not overly expensive, but not cheap on the flip side. And if you go for the new Infinity box, you get all of these nice sort of new plastic component trays, which you can see in my previous unboxing and unboxing of the empty sort of new box, and then the unboxing again once I packed it all away. I did another unboxing with everything that was already packed, just to show you what was in there and how it came out. So yeah, if you like those sorts of games, I highly recommend you go ahead and treat yourself. It's an excellent game. You don't necessarily need the exosuits. You do get little tiles with them on, but the exosuits I do think make a difference. It just looks nicer on the table with those. But yeah, not fully necessary, but a very welcome addition to the game. So yeah, once again, that's Anachrony. That's the first playthrough, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.